Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Last time, we barely got through that trial. But we have one more day of investigating, so let's figure out... We'll figure out in a minute. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of a murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick. Hey, how's everyone doing? What did you think of my performance today? I'm swooning in the ass, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yes, I do remember feeling faint. Alright, tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on! I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. I'm actually curious. Oh, okay. We're gonna ignore him right now. Let's head back to Gourd Lake. Hey, pal, long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped a tie in half. Sorry about that. How? No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now, I'm off to catch the criminal. God, I cannot do 20s COPPA anymore. It makes me sad. Like, was I able to do it in the first place? I don't know. Detective Gumshoe's jersey is active today. Oh, one other thing. No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. I'm pretty mad. No one could go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Okay, so I guess... Huh, the steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. He's at our place. That whole caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. I know that clearing the throat anywhere. Hello, what might you be doing here? Out for a walk, huh? The days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg? This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? The fact that he is here is a sus as fuck. Nobody's home. Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to defend for herself. Okay, I don't think there's anything else here for us. Although I think we might be able to break into this. Because I think he stopped us. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. Let's open it, Nick. Come on.
I'm sure there isn't any money in there.
Aw, but hey! He keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in here.
I'm not so sure.
Okay, Nick, let's see what's in here.
I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter.
A letter? Aw, boring.
There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear lettering. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth?
Nick? Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here?
How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. I'm not doing this in a voice. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail.
What do you think it means, Nick?
I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for the caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions.
Who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth?
Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue.
So at the very least, we have something now that, like, proves that Edgeworth was framed. You know what, I'm curious? What if we show,
Gumshoe, you won't be coming back today.
Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to roast by today.
Boat shop caretaker. She had something about catching him is the last thing if I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe.
Okay, so he's not here. Huh.
Okay. This is what I want. Grossberg. Let's try Grossberg. He's out.
I love how it's like, come by the... Okay, so I guess there must be other stuff to do at Gourd Lake, is my guess. Let's look around the boat rental shop and see if there's anything special. So apparently we do have to talk to Larry in order to progress things.
Larry, you really helped out in the trial today.
You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty.
Seriously, Nick. That boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. Edgy ain't off the hook yet.
Way to spoil the mood, Larry.
Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know.
From where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick?
I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two?
Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right?
Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry.
Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Huh, enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think?
You never went to Applebee's. I didn't stop. You don't know him. You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney.
Wait, was that when you two were classmates?
Yes, in grade school, they saved me, Miles, and Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know.
What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh?
Sorry, I kind of forgot.
Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear this story today, and that's final.
Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial, a class trial.
Class trial?
You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade. Kid in our class got his lunch money stolen.
Lunch money?
Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home.
Huh, I see.
Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, $38 still inside.
Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that.
I can see what you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class.
So, they thought you did it?
Yeah. The kids on class said I should be put on trial.
Trial?
So the next day, we had a classroom trial with me as the defendant. Where's baby Edgeworth?
I didn't do it. Guilty. He did it. Guilty. It was you. Thief. Give the money back. You're such a meanie. No one play with him. Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not gonna play with you anymore. Yeah. You shouldn't be allowed in relay race on the library committee. Give me my 50 cents back I loaned you. Hey, did you rob the bank the other day? Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right.
In the end, even the teacher thought I had done it.
Go over and apologize, Phoenix.
I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad, I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. And I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened.
He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in trial is evidence. Anything else is no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles! It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. You shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. And that is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everyone ganging up, picking on one person. You think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. That feels accurate to Larry. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over.
And that's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends.
Wow, I had no idea. Did they ever figure out who stole the money, actually? Like, I'm pretty sure they did it. But, like, let's be honest, like, if Miles' dad makes, like, tons of money being a defense attorney, I don't think the 38 is that big of a deal. I don't know. Didn't they say his dad was, like, really successful? Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot.
That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world.
You did a good thing, Larry.
Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I hadn't been there, they would have thought I had done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after the class trial. That's when I heard his father was the defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father.
I'm gonna become defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney.
And a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school.
The TL6 incident.
Right, I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death.
That's so sad.
It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like "Stark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict, anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him. I don't know how many times. Never replied.
I guess he didn't want to see his old friends.
I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided.
Wait, you don't mean? That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? Sometimes Applebee's just ain't enough.
If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. I can fix him.
Whoa, Nick! So, is that why you helped me out for free?
Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Nick!
Nick! We have to save Mr. Edgeworth. It's the last thing we do, okay?
Right. It very well may be.
First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is.
I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm curious. So it looks like all the photos. And then a lot of hearts. That's deposition. There we go. Okay. Now let's go. Back to little emo Edgy.
You look as grim as always.
Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial.
Class trial? What do you mean?
You don't remember?
No, I don't.
Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade?
Lunch money? Oh, right. I seem to remember something like that.
In all honesty, I wouldn't remember that.
But I don't remember stuff that happened like last week.
Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers.
Well, it's probably only really mattered to me anyway.
Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That the trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney.
Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple, to a fault even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you've changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person.
One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right?
Yes, that man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. A defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. We were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation, and lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had not been of sound mind due to oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him.
So he's like my sister was to you, Nick.
He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly.
Perfectly, huh?
In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent, ever.
But that's...
I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job to find a suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth. If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow.
He's right! Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding.
Let's present this to him and just see what happens.
Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge? On me?
Who is that old guy anyway?
I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you had declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all.
So, he was following this letter then?
Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond.
It also says this is your last chance.
Last chance. Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man.
What is it? Do you know who he is?
Yogi. Could he be Yogi?
Yogi?
The suspect of the DL6 incident, the one who was found innocent.
I don't think we have anything else that we can give him.